Alright guys, we're taking a look at Delaney's 55 kilo snatch attempt. She has done more than this in competition, but has been struggling with this weight in training recently. So let's go and take a look and see what's going on here. So start position looks good. We've got our hips above our knees, our shoulders above our hips. Nice strong posture. Weight is on the ball of the foot, or a little bit more midfoot / ball of the foot. We don't want to be far back on the heels like a lot of people are considering. Okay, so the big thing that we can see here is just that she wasn't able to lock this right elbow out fast enough where she got this left one done. Usually this tells me that there's some kind of a weakness going on the right lat that causes the pull to be slow because she's pulling with her bicep instead of keeping her arm straight. But it's really something that's kind of hard to see. There's not much we could do about that mid lift. One critique I would give her is we can kind of see these elbows. This one's not super bad. It's kind of hard to tell from that angle anyway, but the elbow pits are facing forward, right? So if our elbow pits are facing forward, it's going to be really hard to keep that bar close at the top of the pull by pulling our elbows up, sometimes called the scarecrow position. But if they're rotated forward like that, then the only direction that they can really pull is back. So that could be limiting something in the lockout position here. Now I saw a little bit of her right here. The bar is a little far away from you. And then the heels start to come up early. This is not ideal. We want to keep those feet as flat as possible until the very top of the extension. So your heels should not be coming up off the ground until after your knees have locked and your hips have extended and started to drive the bar up. All right, so if they're forward, that's going to cause the bar to be a little bit further away from you. And you can kind of see exactly what I was talking about earlier with not being able to pull those elbows up high. This bar is coming out and around, and there's a little bit of pull, but you're starting your turnover so early. And then when you land, now this is important, your toes hit first, and then the heels hit. All right. And one other thing I'd like to see is a little bit more of just an aggressive punch back on that right shoulder, right arm. You have to be really, really, really aggressive with punching the bar back and turning over and putting that bar where you want it and not just falling under the bar, which is kind of what happened here. I mean, you went for it too. You really did. Your butt's almost touching the ground there. That's some insane mobility. But just wasn't there. Main technique things that I would work on here. We're going to go rotate those elbows out and keep those shoulders tight still. Feet flat throughout the whole pull until the very last second. Elbows high. That'll be fixed by improving your elbow start position. And turn over on purpose. Don't just fall under and hope it happens, which is kind of what's happening on that right shoulder, but not on the left. You got to turn over and punch yourself under. Do everything on purpose. All right. Now we'll give that a try with our training next week.